Hey y'all, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. What's today? Wednesday, March 25th. You're just getting ready with me. Let's chit chat. It's gonna be a chatty one. I'm gonna do my hair and my makeup. Makeup today is very plain and simple. Today is actually my last day of work. The governor of North Carolina has put in place that all salons must close for 30 days. So today is my last day. This has been a just a crazy week. Woke up this morning, already went for my morning run, got my cardio done, ate my breakfast. I didn't wash my hair, I just rinsed it, so it is wet from that. I'm gonna start off with my hair first. I'm going in with my Design Essentials. This is the almond and avocado curl enhancing mousse. I have been loving this stuff so much. So let's backtrack to Monday. That's when the governor made the decision at 1:30. So I was watching, and immediately, as soon as I saw what he put into place, grabbed my phone, looked at my schedule for the next 2 weeks. And so basically I had to squeeze my client for the next 2 weeks into 3 days. So 1:30, hop up, immediately start texting clients. I'm off on Mondays. I ended up working Monday night, had to get clients in. I worked all day yesterday, Tuesday. I worked 10 to 8, and then today I'm working 10 to 5. Well, no, 11 to 5. The salon has to close down today at 5 o'clock. My clients have been super understanding and gracious. You know, the majority of them wanted to go ahead and get in, and then the rest just said, hey, you know, I'll wait, let everything blow over, which is totally understandable. But what I can say is yesterday, I mean, my God, yesterday was a crazy day, but I have some of the best clients ever. Just the compassion, and I had like a lot of my clients yesterday pay me in cash, and they paid me extra. One of my clients, she wasn't due in for her root touch-up until another 2 weeks, but she sent me a message saying that she still wanted to help support me, so she sent her husband in to get a haircut yesterday. And guys, I was just like, thank you for supporting me, because you know, small businesses are feeling it. So I am very thankful for my clients. On the flip side of that, it happened. Your girl finally had a meltdown. Yesterday was the meltdown. You know, I'm always positive, I'm always happy, but sometimes a girl snaps, and I have this little thing where I'll say, oh, you're due. I was due. I was due for a meltdown. I was due for snapping. I was due for crying, which I didn't cry during my meltdown. I started crying when I was in bed saying my prayers. That's when I started crying, because I mean, I was just praying so hard, and I'm just believing in God doing some amazing things for me during this 30-day time period. But I totally melted down yesterday. I think because as the end of the day was going for me at work, that's when things started sinking in. You know, that's when it was getting real, like, holy crap, I'm not going to be working for the next 30 days. Thankfully, Lo is still working at the moment. His business is considered essential because he is technically classified as home repair. So Murillo does appliance installation. He has his own business, Patchlock Deliveries, and he's contracted out. So he's been crazy busy right now. So basically, like, let's say if someone's refrigerator were to go out, he's the person that comes, does the installation. So he is considered essential, thank goodness. He's a little concerned though, because when he was talking to the warehouse owner yesterday, and the warehouse that he's contracted out, it's a local business. They've been around Charlotte for 70 years. They have multiple locations here in Charlotte and the surrounding area. So they're doing their best to try to stay open as long as possible. But everything started really settling in for me yesterday. Your girl had her meltdown. And then, you know, a lot of the bodybuilding shows as well have gotten postponed. Mine have not gotten postponed yet because bodybuilding shows have been postponed from March 16th to May 10th. I'm not due to compete until May 30th, but I just feel like that's so close to cutting it. And I just told myself, whatever, I'm just gonna keep prepping, and if I'm ready early, then I'm ready early. You know, that was my thought process at first. Now, since I realized, holy crap, I'm not gonna be working for a month, I panicked because, okay, even if my show doesn't get canceled, can I afford to compete? Because, you know, competing can get expensive, you guys. There are ways that you can go about it. Like, thankfully, I can do my own hair and I can do my own makeup. So that is huge. That cuts down the cost a lot. But I was just kind of like, I still have to, you know, pay for my new bikini because I have to change, I'm changing my suit color. I still have to, you know, pay for my tan. I have to pay for my registration, hotel, like all of these things. And I'm just kind of like, holy crap. Even if I am ready and my show doesn't get canceled, I might not be able to afford to compete. So I immediately like text my coach and she's like, okay, hold on, chill out for just a second, you know, let's give it 2 weeks. Let's just see what happens and then we'll go from there. She's like, I promise you, you will be fine. So I said, okay. And Lauren, she's such a good coach, man. She is coach. Like, I'm coachable and I'm easy to deal with. Like, I don't freak out often at all, but she gave me some peace of mind. Also, this week has been hard for me just staying on top of my diet. Like the other day, I was in the car with Lo and I don't know if it was just stress, anxiety, if my sugar was low, but I was just really jittery and I just didn't feel right. And I was like, just give me a cookie. Like I just needed something. And of course, you know, you start eating one cookie and you eat another. And I was just like, crap, now I have just ruined my diet. So this past couple of days have been rough to say the least. I had my meltdown and there's more to it as well. So, you know, of course, work. And I swear for the month of March, for me, I feel like everything has broken. Let me go wash my hands and then I will explain that. Okie dokie, back nice clean hands. Okay, so just beginning of March, everything I feel like that I touch has been breaking on me. So my car, you guys know I have been having issues with my car since October. I thought there was something wrong with the transmission. We took it in, some guy did something to it and it was cool, fine, no problem. So that was good. That was from October, and then probably around February, it started acting up again. I was like, great, okay, so it is transmission. Beginning of March, I go to get in my car. My fob isn't working, so I'm pressing the button. I'm like, okay, that's weird, whatever. I'll just use my key. My key's not working. Now I'm pissed. Call Murillo, he comes. Try to use his spare key, key isn't working. So, of course, now I was just like, screw it, whatever, I'll figure it out. We'll just leave it. So, right when all the Corona stuff started getting serious, I'm like, oh my God, well now I need to try to see if I can find a locksmith. Well, I ordered a fob. I'm like, all right, cool, ordered the fob online, and it says, you know, you can order this fob, you can program it yourself, yada, yada, yada. All right, great. So now we have this fob. Trying to find someone to program it has been a hot mess. So I've just said, screw it. So we're down to one car. On top of the fob not working, there has been a leak on the driver's side of my car. I don't know from where, just the bottom of it is just wet. And I don't want anyone to think that I'm complaining. No, 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 I don't want anyone to feel bad for me. That's not it. I'm literally just explaining like what has been going down. And you know, it's therapeutic, like I'm okay, I've come to terms with everything, but I don't want anyone to think that, oh, poor me. No, 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 I'm just explaining. So now we can't find a locksmith or anything because things are just slowly starting to shut down. But there had been a leak on the driver's side up under my feet. At first when I saw it, of course before my fob stopped working, I just assumed, oh, I must have left my window cracked, that's why there's water there. Well, I noticed as time went on, there was no rain. And every time I would get in my car, the bottom of it was wet. And I'm thinking, what the heck is wrong with that? So now we have a transmission glitch, not sure what's going on there. There's a leak in the inside of the flooring. The fob isn't working, and also then my brakes started squeaking. So there's just numerous issues with my vehicle right now. And so I was talking to Lo about it the other night, and I said, you know what, right now we're just gonna be down to one car, you know, so I'm just Ubering to work and he picks me up, because by the time we did the math to try to get everything fixed, like my car is old, it's a 2008, there's no point in trying to put all this money into it, especially knowing that the transmission is basically dead. There's no point. So we had that. The camera lens on my vlogging camera, that just stopped working. That's broken. On Monday, when I went to turn on my flat iron to finish up my client's hair, that wasn't working. I'm kind of like, what is going on? And so at that point, I'm like, okay, right now, I've got 2 days left of work. I don't even have a store that's open. I can't even run into Cosmoprof or the professional stores to get a flat iron because everything is closed. And I'm thinking, do I really want to spend $130 on a flat iron for 2 days and I'm gonna be out of work for 30 days? Probably not. So I just asked to borrow somebody's, and I have a backup one at home. It's not my favorite, but it's getting me through the next 2 days. So yeah, that's where I'm at with everything right now. As far as my mini meltdown and everything breaking on me. So after my mini breakdown, I get in bed and I start praying and I'm crying and I'm like, you know what, Amber? It's go time. This is the true test. Oh, I used Fenty Beauty foundation and now I'm using the NARS Soft Matte Concealer in Amande. So for the longest, I have really been wanting to just, you know, have the opportunity to see what would happen if I could just truly throw myself into my YouTube and social media, because I've always wanted my YouTube and social media to be able to support me. I don't hate doing hair and makeup, not at all. That's not the thing, but I have always wanted that. Like even when I was in beauty school and I had my old channel, which no longer exists, but I had always wanted my YouTube to be able to support me. So now that I am in a position to where I've got 30 days to grind, to make something shake and see what happens. So instead of being upset and instead of worrying, because God says not to be worried or anxious about anything, look at it this way. You have 30 days to make improvements. You have 30 days to get things done and really, really grind and focus that you probably wouldn't be able to really grind and focus like this if you were still in salon. 30 days to make self-improvements. For my prep, something that's really, really difficult for me, my body is always inflamed due to, you know, cardio, exercising, and then I'm standing up for 6 to 8 to 10 hours. Some days are longer than others, some days are shorter. It's inevitable. There's nothing I can do about it. Now I get 30 days to prep without my body getting inflamed. So I'm gonna really get a chance to see what my body can do without the additional standing. So I am taking this 30 days very, very serious. I am grinding on my other part of my business I'm gonna launch to you guys soon. I'm grinding on my YouTube. I'm focusing on my prep. Before I went to bed last night, I told myself, just because everything is breaking, it does not mean that you are broken. And I'm gonna say that one more time because I know there's probably someone else out there that needed to hear that. Just because, this is Kat Von D, just because everything around you is breaking does not mean that you are broken. I know sometimes when things just keep happening and you feel like you keep sinking further and further and further down into the ground, guess what, baby? Tighten up those bootstraps, okay? Don't let your situation, whatever it is that you're going through, destroy your ultimate plan, your ultimate goal. I know sometimes it is hard to stay on task. I know we stress out and we worry about things, but y'all, now's not the time for that. Stay focused. This next 30 days is going to truly show who can stay focused, who can stay level-headed, who can stay above water and not crack. I'm not cracking no more. I had my mini meltdown yesterday. I prayed, I cried, and when I woke up, I felt refreshed. I went on my run. You guys, even if you don't like to run or if your body doesn't allow you to run, go for a walk outside. Because walking and running on the treadmill is grueling. But if you can get outside and move around, it is going to do your body so, so good. So that is where I'm at, you guys. What's up with y'all? How you doing? What's going on? How are you feeling? I know there's quite a few of us that, you know, are currently about to be out of work, or maybe you lost your job. And that's the other thing too. They're like, I'm just out for 30 days, crossing my fingers and praying. There are some people that have lost their jobs completely. And if you are one of those people, I am praying for you. I know you might not be able to see the light at the end of the tunnel, but this too shall pass, you guys. This is not permanent. Okay, I think if anything, this is a wake-up call for everyone. It's definitely a wake-up call for me as far as having that financial security blanket. I know if you're living paycheck to paycheck, or you're just taking it day by day, because I know with my job, sometimes we're just taking it day by day. You know, I can have one day where I can make $500, and the next day I can make 50. You know what I mean? So I get it. But this just shows how important it is to make sure that you've got just a little bit of cushion financially. That is another thing that I have drastically taken away from this. I'm very blessed and thankful that he's just been busy all year. So praise God for that, right? But also being that I basically was grown up to take care of myself, be an independent woman. I've never had the mindset of a man, you know, supposed to take care of me. Like, that's something that I struggle with even now in my marriage. Like, if I do need something, like if I'm going to low for it, it's because now I'm like really down and out. I'm struggling and I need help. And he's my partner. He's my significant other. I should not wait till the last minute when things get really, really bad to ask for help if I need help. You know, we're on the same team. So that's another lesson that I have been learning, and God has really, really been working on me with that since last summer, since July. You know, like, it's okay to need help. You have to allow your husband to be the husband. He will help you. He will take care of you, and he has done so. He has done that. He has proven that to me 10 times over. It's not him, it's me. It's ego. It's just my ego. That's it. I can admit that. I am an extremely self-aware person, to the point where I know my flaws, I know them well, and I have no problem admitting them. And that is something that I have always struggled with, ego and asking for help. And I think because for so long, like in my life, I didn't have help. I was just made to figure it out on my own. And so while that's good, but at the same time, you know, I had to learn that it's okay to need help, you know? Like, that's all right. I guess it's just because when you're so used to not being able, when you're just used to not having help, you're just kind of like, okay, whatever, this is what it is. I'm just gonna have to struggle and figure it out. But, you know, God places certain people in your life for a certain reason, you know? God doesn't want you to struggle. So if he's placed someone in your life, I mean, it could be a friend, a family member, and you're struggling, and that person is there saying, yo, let me help you. I got you. You have to allow that. That's something that I am still working on to this day. I'm gonna take some Pillow Talk Intense. And a little bit of Laura Mercier Glow Powder. And don't forget, guys, let me know if there is an eyeshadow palette that you want to see a tutorial look, because like I said, we got some time. So let me know. Let me know. I am very curious and fascinated to see what happens in the next 30 days, what type of growth I'm able to get in the next 30 days. This next 30 days is gonna be bigger than what I realize. And I am just mentally preparing myself for that. Like, once I got out of my meltdown phase and panic, and I really start looking at things for what it is, I was like, oh, no. You've been curious about this. You've been asking for this. So now, I mean, not this in particular, but you know, just having the time to see what would happen, just having the time to see what would happen if I just went full all in. And guess what? Here we are. Oh, I'm using Nomad palette today. So I took this light shade right here and I just dusted that all over my lids. And then we're just gonna go in with this orangey tone here. And I've only used one brush. This is the Morphe M441. One brush, easy eye tutorial. All right, then I'm just going to take some Sephora Wink It Felt Tip Liner. And mascara. I'm leaving underneath blank today. And then for the lips, I'm gonna take a little bit of Taupe by MAC. And then my lovely discontinued Bite Beauty gloss. And then I always put a little glow on the collarbone. All right, and my hair is not dry yet, so I'm not going to do any fluff or anything. A lot of people over manipulate and touch their hair too much. Natural girls, whether you're doing a wash and go, a twist out, stop touching your hair, guys. It makes it frizzy. You were over manipulating it. Let it sit, let it set, let it dry. And then once it's dry, whether you let it air dry, diffuse, whatever the case may be, once it's dry, then that is your opportunity to go in and fluff and stretch and break it up. But number one rule when you are doing that, make sure you have some sort of serum or gel or something when you're doing so that way your hair don't get frizzy. Fluff it, stretch it, do what you gotta do, and then don't touch it, all right? So y'all, that's going to wrap up today's video. I hope that this maybe took your mind off of a couple of things if you're worried. I know right now it's crazy, and you know, stay positive. I say that, and I know at some moments it's easier said than done, but just know that if you do have a meltdown, if you do cry, it is okay. It is so important to feel how you feel, because I know for me, I have the tendency to hold things in, but whenever I release, get it out, the next day I always feel much better. Just make sure you don't dwell in your sadness and those negative feelings, because that can really take a toll on you, all right? So you guys know the deal. Keep it simple, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.